Hi there. I'm pretty sure that I'm live, and I'm just gonna double check. So just bear with me for 1 second. Hmm. Again, bear with me for 1 second, please. Um, just double checking, making sure that I can see myself. Okay, perfect. I'm live. Um, Hello everyone. Welcome to a new live session. My name is Nathalie DeSousa, and yes, you're gonna hear me nasally. I am hoping and praying that I don't cough through the live session because it's been a tough week, but before we go there, hello, welcome everyone. I am very glad to be here today. We are going to have fun. So, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Nathalie D'Souza. I'm part of the design team, and I come like at least twice a month to show you what you can do with your Hip Kit Club kits. So, today's my turn. Um, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you're watching live. If you're watching live, thank you for joining us. If you're watching on replay, let us know where you're watching from. Anyways, we appreciate the time that you're taking to spend some time with us. Now, again, like I said, it's been a tough week. Um, today we're gonna be working with the February kits, and literally I just got them yesterday. So it's gonna be exactly like you got your kit, now what do you do? That's what we're gonna work on. So one thing. Second thing is I am working this live. So if you hear me cough or anything like that, my apologies. I spent pretty much a week in bed, very, very sick. So I just finally started crawling back to life on the weekend. So you might hear me cough. I have my water, I have my tea, I have some chocolate because it does help to, kind of coat my throat a bit. So we're gonna hope and pray that I have the idea, but like I said, I haven't done anything because I got the kit yesterday, and I'm literally gonna work exactly as you guys will be with your kid, as in like I just got my kit, and now what do I do? So literally that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open my kit and work along with you. So if you work a project based on this, remember to tag me. So I would love to see what you created. Um, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if Kimberly is gonna be here. I know she's busy packing kits right now. But you know what? In case I missed any questions or anything, don't forget that I'm working live and I'm trying to work the camera and also try to read your comments. So I'm gonna try to put them on my watch because my phone is like on silent right now. Plus I'm gonna put a timer so I don't take up the whole afternoon. Um, and we're gonna start working. I mean, let's hope, that everything goes fine, that I don't have a coughing fit. Like seriously, guys. Um, if somebody would have told me that a cold would have sent me to bed, like, maybe like sometime in the past, and you would have told me, oh no, you just this it's just like a mild cold, I would have been like, "Oh, yeah," but I was in bed with fever and like no energy. So it wasn't a fun week. So enough about me. I'm gonna flip the camera and we're gonna talk about the favorite kits. And like I said, I have just a picture and kind of an idea because I saw the papers. So we're both starting from scratch, which is a good thing for you also to bring in your kits and we get playing with this. Remember, it takes one button for me to flip the camera. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, not a pretty week. So I have my kits here. All I did is unpack them, went through them a little bit. Just in case you missed them, you have the color kit. I have it here. I have my vibes. I also have my stamp, and I have the die set that matches. I have also the February Peel Project Life kit. I have it here. The whole thing is here. I have my embellishment kit is right here. I separated it like that. This is all my embellishment kit here. I'm just gonna move it to the side. And today I'm gonna try to keep like my focus on the main kit. I might borrow some from the embellishment kit, but I think most of it's gonna come from the main kit. Like I said, to think about it the same way you will look at your kit, you just opened it and you're like excited and you're like, okay, what do I do? So I have here my main kit papers and also the cardstock kit. So let me just clean up a bit because Cleanliness is always something that is good to have, especially when you work in life. So I separated my kids. Give me 1 second. Okay. So you're gonna hear me drink water so I don't cough. Okay, here we go. So I have my cardstock kit here, the paper basics, and it's a beautiful ledger on the B side. So I'm just gonna keep him handy because I know I'm gonna use one of these for my base. And what I have here are the papers from the February kit, and the name of the kit is Our Stories, which I thought it was great because it is a beautiful, beautiful, like very. I love this paper. Like this, just like it's beautiful, and I love a good grid. I love this. I've done a lot of projects with papers like this, and one of my favorite papers to work with. Um, so I went through all the papers, and when I was like, separated, there was a paper that just caught my eye, and it's this paper right here. So I'm gonna tell you what the name is. Let me just clean it up because, like I said, cleanliness is basic. The name of this paper is Silly Stories, and it has like this like blue kind of like a flowery background, and on this side it has like this retro line. So I'm like, I can use this, you know, as a background. You can use it as is. I am actually going to fussy cut it and rebuild it because I want to open the spaces in between. So I really like this because I think it just gives you the perfect space for your pictures, especially today that we're working with like we just opened the kit, now what do we do? So I think it's just the perfect paper because it just gives it has a guiding line. So everything that you put, this is pretty much a center. You can do a lot of things. You can move it up. You can move, all we're gonna do it is cut it apart the stripes from here and rebuild it so that we can add things in between. So let me get the paper again is Silly Stories. I got everything by a pair of scissors. So let me just get that. So I have a pair of scissors and I'm gonna pull an X-Acto knife just in case. And I have a craft knife just in case. So, like I said, we are going to, and I have my picture. These are my cousin and my little cousin, my goddaughter. So I have the picture. So all we're gonna do right now is take this paper apart. So let me just let's get started. And I hope, like I said, like like you and I, when you open your kit, what's the first thing you do? I'm gonna tell you that I'm a person that likes to go through not even the embellishments. I like to go through paper. I like to see the papers because there's sometimes, and we've talked about this many times. If you have never been to one of my live sessions here, I had one at Christmas when I said, I I am sure, because I'm not the only one, that all of you guys have papers in your stash that you're still saving for a better day. And that's probably me. I have a lot of paper in my stash that I'm still saving for a better day. So I'm going to use my X-Acto knife just to make it faster. No, I have a craft knife. Um, so I love to go through paper. There are some papers that sometimes are beautiful on both sides, so you have to make like a decision. You want to use the one side, you want to use the other one. So I really love going through paper, and that's how when I started going through the paper, um, there's a retro vibe to this paper. There's the linear aspect of it. I don't know. It's what my people that know me will be the very Natalie paper. I love something that has a lot of color, even though I don't use a lot of color. As you can see, I wear a lot of black, and I use a lot of black and white photography. But more than that, it's just there is a linear quality to it. It's clean. Doesn't mean that I don't like busy papers, but I think there's a lot that you can do with this. Like you can change I'm gonna like once we cut it apart, then I'm gonna show you, okay? Because there's a lot that you can do with it. This is great if you are the kind of person that likes to get two sets of paper. This is a great base for a double page too. If you're like big into that, I am not a double page person. Even though I do a lot of them, not by choice, but because I tend to work for them for contracts. So you know, I prefer a smaller format, smaller pictures. So, but you know what? Like I said, if you are the type of person, and I am that kind of person too, that will buy a second pack of paper just because I want to make sure that the A and the B sides, I have them. So I usually end up with buying 2 packs of paper. So like I said, first thing I do is look at the papers, and then I'm like, okay, once I see the papers, what can I do with the rest? So all I'm doing is just separating the stripes. I'm using my craft knife because it's gonna make it easier, but you can easily cut them. Um, and I'm being fancy by using my craft knife. Usually I use a box cutter. Um, I love those things. I have a few next to me in my table. Probably one of the most used pieces of crafty or tools in my house. One, because you know what, it helps with all this fussy cutting and separating stuff. But the other one is because I live, remember, with two, well, my husband is an adult, my 2 children are adults, so with credit cards. So there's a lot of Amazon shopping that arrives every day. So a box cutter next to me is not just for my, my work or like, my pages. It's also because it becomes like, very useful to my children when they have to open their boxes. So, sorry. And now it comes in handy. And like I said, box cutters are very loved in my house. In my craft table, there always one there. So I'm being fancy by pulling actually a craft knife. Just because I don't think I wanted to show you my, so I'm gonna clean a bit here. And the lines are not super straight. They look straight. They're not super straight. So just, give yourself a little bit of grace when it comes to that. It's not gonna be like, oh, if it's like, my ruler moves so I'm fussy cutting. Don't worry, we're going to, you know, like I said, we're gonna rebuild this background. And like you hear my phone, like my watch beeping. I'm sorry, I can kind of my way to keep, everything else is silent in the house, but I have to keep my watch on. First of all, it's my nephew's birthday today. I'm waiting for him to get home from school to call him. And then the other thing is I have a timer and everything that if anybody wants to get a hold of me, then I can see that. Plus, I can see messages too. So I'm just trying to clean it up a bit here. Mess up a bit. Don't have to be perfect, but I just do want the color to sit by it on its own. So we're gonna get there. It might take a little bit longer than, it just this is faster than, using scissors. Unless you're really good with scissors, then, go at it. So here we go. See, I'm slowly just separating the pieces here. Sorry, just I swear I'm like you guys, I'm like even though I'm talking, I'm trying my best. I'm praying not to sneeze. No, but no, I'm not gonna sneeze. Cough. And like last week I was talking to Kimberly. Um, because I said, Kimberly, I'm in bed. Like I'm sorry. Like, I had like a deadline. I said, I'll do like an extra live session for you, but like, I am not feeling good. And she said, oh, like, are you sure? And I said, girl, if you could see me, like, when you see that cartoon and like the like puffy eyes and like red nose, blister lips, and like covered in blankets, I go pretty much, I look like the cartoon right now. And she started laughing. She goes, oh, and I said, well, I blame it on my husband. I go, because when I don't go out, I'm not a recluse, but I work from home. So I don't go out that much um, during the day, well, during the days. But on the other hand, we do have a company. So he works with people, sorry, all the time. So he got sick. And of course, who takes care of it? The man, the wife. Um, Especially if the man, aka my husband, is like a little baby. So I had to take care of him. And of course I got sick. Then my daughter got sick. Then my son got sick. And then and I got it the worst out of all of us. So not pretty. So again, I separated all the pieces. Again, this is the Silly Stories paper. I have them separated. When you look at the paper, it actually comes built. I would say it looks like a really retro design. So think of it like when you're looking, the kit has a bit of a retro vibe to it. Just in case you're wondering, the kit has like this vibe to it. So all I've done is just separate the stripes. I had to drink some water, sorry. So all I've done is just separate them. And I'm not gonna, move them as meaning as in I'm gonna like destroy it. I'm gonna keep the formation. I'm just going to give it a bit of a lift and kind of rebuild it, make it a little bit narrower. So for that, I need to find a base for my layout. So I went through, I have like I know what colors are included. I don't want pink, well, maybe pink, but I really like this silver. It's like a really light blue. And the back of the papers have like ledger, so you can see the color, kind of like a really soft periwinkle. I don't want splash because I already have the blue here. And the other choice that I was looking at is vanilla, but it's too white. I want something, or giggle. Those are my two choices, but I think I don't want pink. I want that like a soft blue. Is like, I don't know, it's like a really soft blue. So let me just put this away. The name of the paper is Silver. Let me just clean this up, set it to the side for now. And I have my extra pieces here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trim the barcode. And I don't throw them. I like to keep my barcodes, especially this one. They have like a nice design on the other side. So, it's always a good thing, especially if you need to cover something, which happens a lot. When you make a boo-boo and then you're like, how am I gonna cover? And you don't have like washi tape, like pretty washi tape, then these are something that you can use, or you can use it for another project. So I have my barcode and I can get the papers I'm using are silver from the paper basic kit and silly stories from the kit, from the pattern paper. So I have my base. I have the formation. I'm not gonna, it's self-explanatory, the formation. Even if you cut it, you're not gonna lose, the look of it. So now here we have our background. And literally we're going to build this again. So if you just bring your strips as you cut them and you put them on this, you already have your base here. Okay, so just easier, not completely straight. All you did is change the color of the background. Now, what the beautiful part of this stripes is that it actually kind of comes with your the ideal placement for your picture. Okay, and that is just because I'm gonna flip it the way that I want it. Okay, just because it kind of narrows and then it kind of starts straight and it opens up. Literally, your eye tends to go right here to the junction of where the angles of the two lines are. So you have these vertical lines going here, and then pretty much the angle changes and it opens. So that your eye is pretty much drawn right to this line. It's like an imaginary line. So that is exactly where my picture is going to sit, because then all your eyes are going to be pointed right to that. Okay, so like I said, one of is an easy paper to work with. It just kind of it's an easy way to build a layout, and like I'm trying to show you how it works. It's just because there is the point where the two lines, think of it as like, imaginary lines. You have these lines going vertically, and then you have these lines in an angle. They meet right here. There's an imaginary line. So that gives you like the perfect placement for your picture. You can have one, you can have, so just bear with me. Okay, you can have three. Everything is based here. This is like your center point. So then you can do a few things. You can, regardless of which way you want to put it, you can go like this and have your pictures like this. Again, You can go the opposite way, like um this way. But the way I want it, like I said, it's going to be kind of the original, and my picture is gonna sit right there. So already I know that my picture is gonna sit there. I have space to add embellishments, but I think to my style, I think the stripes are a little bit too wide. I want a little bit, there's a lot of color, which is great, but I want to shrink them a little bit. So what are we gonna do? And the reason why I cut my papers is because I'm going to shrink this without losing the shape. So what I'm going to do is pretty much kind of shift them a little bit. So kind of overlap them a bit. So I'm gonna say but around maybe a quarter of an inch or so. So you're gonna see that maybe even more. So I'm just going to start overlapping my paper. I'm not gluing it yet. So I'm just going to, I'm trying to set it up. Okay. I'm gonna keep this to the end. So you wanna go the two on the right, then the two on the left, and then the cream one, which is the one to be in the center. That's the one that you're gonna glue it at the end. So all I'm doing right now is just kind of moving until I see what I like. So I'm using kind of, I'm gonna bring a ruler to make sure that it's nice and straight. And that's what I wanted it also, the paper that goes here, not to be white, because then I wanted the colors to like, pop. So I'm gonna make sure that it's kind of tighten a little bit more. Okay, so I'm not changing, the color or the shape or the placement. I'm just gonna shrinking it a little bit more. So it's just a matter of moving them a bit more. So I'm gonna say maybe around an inch to start with. Yeah, kind of around an inch. So I'm gonna get a ruler just to make sure, and I'm going also to get some tape. So here we go. I'm gonna take this ones, and I'm just gonna stay with the orange and the green, which are the ones that were at the edges of the paper. So I'm gonna say I am going to, based on the top of the page, around an inch. I'm gonna move the stripe around an inch at the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue it back in place. I am going to add my glue to the side that is gonna be tucked underneath. I am not going to glue this side because I wanna use it. But I know that the part that is gonna be like tucked inside, it's gonna stay in place. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so remember, in the original paper, this started at the corner. I'm gonna move it 1 inch, flush against the top line of the layout. Okay. And then I'm gonna press, and I see that this side here I can lift. So I'm gonna literally, lightly, softly, kind of just lift the edge. Softly. I'm not creasing the paper. I'm just softly doing it. So that's gonna bring a little bit of texture and dimension to my layout. I'm gonna take a drink of water, sorry. I'm doing everything not to cough, so. Okay, so you're gonna see I'm just softly doing it. And I don't do it before. I don't fold my paper or like go like, softly fold the edges. Because when you do this and you glue it, you are moving the fibers of your paper. So when you glue it back, it's not gonna sit flat. So that's why I glued first the part that is going to be stuck to my layout, and I'll softly doing it. If you want to crease it, you can go ahead and crease it. I don't want to crease it. I just want to lightly lift it. Okay, let me see that. There we go. So we're gonna do the same to the other side. Again, tape is gonna go to the inside of the cut. Flush against the top at 1 inch from the left. Okay. Lift it. And then lightly. Just kind of follow the line of the paper. Okay, so here we go. Oops, you're gonna see there's like a little bit of a lift, but not like, tons of dimension. If you want to use foam adhesive, or if you want to use, sorry, what's his name? It just escaped my mind. If you want to use a piece of cardstock underneath, then go at it. I am going to, as I am building it, I am going to kind of bump it up. Like I said, we are working on rebuilding this. Now, when I glue this next part, which is the pink and the light blue, they're pretty much going to meet at the bottom. Okay? So you see how I'm like kind of narrowing those lines? That's the whole purpose. Okay? I do want them to kind of have a little bit of a lift. So what I'm going to do without like, having to invent the wheel is I'm going to use the leftover pieces of paper, because if not, they're just going to be adding space in my kit. So I'm just going to literally cut them in half. Nothing goes to waste. So we're just going to cut them in half, the two of them. And I'm like, seriously, like, just remember, you already have a layer of paper underneath. You adding something on top. So there is going to be a little bit of difference in the level where the paper sits. To make up for that, I like to add a piece of paper underneath that makes up for the difference. You don't have to be fancy. It just, it doesn't have to be fancy. You just want to create the little bit of the illusion of the height. So literally, I'm just going to take, I might even cut it smaller. So I'm just going to use my scissors for this. And even smaller. Just so when you land your picture, it kind of like, everything is even the surface. And you don't want to add a lot of foam adhesive, then, your page is going to look like valleys and rivers. You just want enough so that when you put it here, it's going to lay at the same level. So right now, because I have the paper, it's going to sit flat on my page, and I don't have those like, valleys and behind my paper. So just like I said, if you have a use for this, then, for the extra pieces of paper, then go at it. I know that if I save them, I am not going to use them. I'm honest. So I'm just going to use them for, you know, what, just to help me make sure that my layout, am I saying it properly? It stays level. So you're gonna see that doesn't have to be straight, but it has to be enough that it's nice and level on the background. There you go. See? And then the other one will go on top right there. And this one will have to help it a little bit more. Okay? So here we go. We have this. Let's go at it and glue it in place. I'm gonna add a little piece here because I have to make up the space. The scissors. Sometimes when you look at layouts and like there's I know a lot of people, and that's me too. I gotta be honest. I look at layouts and I'm like, oh, I wish I can add a lot of foam adhesive. Um, I live in an apartment, so I can tell you that space is at a premium. So we could glue it at around 3 inches from the right side of your layout. Okay, and it should sit nice and flush. And then again, we're gonna kind of slowly lift. Remember, I have no paper on the right-hand side of my strip, so I'm able to easily do this. So, like going back to the conversation, like, when you have like unlimited space, you don't want to add a lot of what is it, dimension to your layouts, because they do add bulk, you know. It's good to add dimension, it's not good to add bulk. I think that's the best way. So sometimes, even though I love foam adhesive, I am an advocate for foam adhesive. Um, doing this for a couple of years now, I realized that it's not about adding foam adhesive on everything. It's about sometimes, a few things that make cheat your eye into thinking there's a lot of space and dimension when there's not. Okay, so there's one of the tricks is this. It's just you wanna make sure that your layers, remember 3 inches from the left, 3 inches from the right. Your layers kind of like just stay level. That means that you might wanna add a little bit of extra just to keep it like that and help it. And that's all I do. Whatever leftover paper, I'm just adding it to the side to help keep this, um, give it the right height. That's the best one. So all I'm doing is just following the line, lightly lifting it up. Maybe a little bit of a crease. I'm trying not to. But it creates a little fun. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see. There you go. Okay, so you see, like, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so it lays flat there, and then just the edges kind of lift up a bit. So here we go. Now, for the center one, I am going to add tape here to the center here. And the pieces that I have, I'm actually going to cut it and like fit it in there. Because I want to make sure that that one sits flat. I might actually help it a bit extra after that too. So give me one. Okay. And all I'm doing is by adding the paper right now, I'm going to put it to the same level as, the papers at the bottom. And I'm sure you guys have a lot of paper that it just sits there and then you're like, what am I going to do with little pieces? And I'm guilty of this. You save it and you're like, oh, it's just, my husband calls it you save it. I say I save it. My husband calls it you hoard it. So let's use my nice words. You save it, but reality you're not saving it. You're just adding to the bulk of papers that you're gonna use. So you see, right now it's at the same level. I want to pump this one a little bit more. So I have this leftover piece. I am going to again add tape here because I do want the white one to go show a little bit of extra dimension. So like I said, all we're doing is reworking the background for to work for my idea. Here we go. I mean, this is 2 layers of paper, not a lot of dimension, but enough that it's gonna show a little bit of that cool shadow that you see on layouts that sometimes you don't know how it got achieved. I can guarantee you that maybe it worked this way. Maybe they have a different trick, but this is how I do. And then I'm using up the paper that otherwise will be sitting nicely in my box of the kit without ever being used. And, my husband will probably be pulling his hair about it. I wish, maybe someday, we had this conversation last time too, when I said, you know what, I was hoping my kids grew up and, they were going to be like, okay, I'm going to leave, even though, you don't want them. It's just, it's called life. I have adults. And then again, my adult children are going from full-time employed people to full-time students. And that's cool. And we're like, okay, what do you want to do it? We are very, I'm gonna add another a third layer. We're very like, yes, do it. My son is going for his master's. He got approved to like a really hard to hard like a really hard, I don't know. I don't even know what to call it, but he had to go through interviews and stuff like that. The kid got it. We're happy. That's what he wants to do. I have to maybe the paper strips. I'm gonna use that, the barcodes, and that's fine. And my daughter is going to go back to school to finish her pastry chef degree. She works already as a baker, but she wants to finish it. So hey, you know, I'm going from having um we call them tenants, even though they don't pay rent in our house, to having dependents, you know, and that's okay. It works for me. It's just you know, right when we thought, oh, my idea was, you know what, at least one of them will leave. I'm gonna put that right on the center. One of them will leave, and I can have my idea of probably having a craft room. No, it's not. They each, they actually have to move some stuff out of the room, so they have to bring this to there. And my daughter has all her stuff. So there you go. See a little bit of height. Again, I'm going to just lift up the edges a bit more. So all I did is just rework the background. Remember, I'm just gluing only on the center. I'm not trying to lift the edges that are on, like, on the right and left free, or the edges that are not tucked in free, so that I can put things underneath it. Okay. Simple, nothing complicated. There you go. See? If you wanted to add more pictures, you could go here. I think I want to use it right on the center. If you want to keep, like, adding more pictures, I would just, not even move it, just use it like here. But I do like the idea of this. Having, sorry, my, like, the lighter, if you can, I do like the idea of this. There's a little bit of dimension, a little bit of interest on the background instead of just having the plain stripes. Let me drink water before I start coughing. Sorry about that. I'm doing great on time. So there we go. So I have my picture there, you see? Simple. Now we're gonna get into, I'm gonna start embellishing. I'm probably going to back my picture right now. So I'm just bringing the embellishments to the side here. And I'm gonna go back into my pattern paper. But like I said, we're gonna try to use just the main kit. I might have to borrow a little bit from the embellishment kit, but I want something that is very contrasted. Already the picture has a lot of contrast to the colors on the background. I love black and white photography, um, especially because I can edit it really well. But in case you're wondering how, you gotta pump your contrast in every color, and then that will help you get like really great, vibrant black and white pictures before you transform the colors. So you gotta work on the contrast and then work on saturation. So I'm just going to the papers and just try to see something that it's like very different from the background. And I love this. Let me see. No, I already have green, I already have pink, I already have orange. I do like this. I think I want to go to the blues, like navy. I saw something that had navy here. That's what I'm looking for. So cute. Yeah, it's this paper here. So I do want a bit of a contrast. So the name of the paper, you can go with the basic paper if you want to, but I want some pattern. The lines already at themselves are like simple, so I want something that gives a little bit more interest. The name of this paper is so meaningful. Beautiful paper. You can fussy cut the flowers. It's a great background. You can color them. I want to use a piece here. See, a little bit of interest, and it's enough, a lot of contrast, which is what you want. So let me get some cardstock for this. So again, the same idea that I have with the papers, I just have like scratch or extra cardstock that I'm creating another project for a company, for a catalog. So I'm working and I have smooth cardstock that is just left over, and I just keep it. And what I'm doing is just backing my picture with it. It's gonna give it a little bit of height, not a ton. It's gonna give it some dimension, but not a lot of bulk. All I'm doing is just, this is 100-pound heavy cardstock. And like I said, after cutting some bases, I had some leftovers. So you're gonna see there's a little bit of a lift, not tons. Okay, so let's move it to the side. And I'm going to watch my picture with this. The name of this paper is so meaningful. I really love this side, so I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm gonna create a little bit of frame for the extra contrast. And I'm just going to fussy kind of. Okay, so I'm gonna trim the edges now with my guillotine right here. Go. So garbage in this down. Let's keep it clean. Okay, picture's gonna go. Now here's the decision. You can go right on the center, pull it up. Title will go down here. You can go to the right. Title will go on the left. Just take advantage of this line. Okay, so for now it's gonna be floating a bit. We have not. I am going to add another piece of cardstock behind it just to give it a little bit extra oomph, if that's the word you want to use. There we go. Pieces of cardstock right there. So I have my picture right there in the center for now. Let's go through the embellishment. So many things that you can do right now. You can add your titles here. You can add your title on the side. I think I want to keep it. Let's try to work with the stuff we have. Okay. So there's a lot of frames here. I don't want to use, and these are actually cool frames. Actually very cool. Like I said, I went like, I opened stuff. I was like, oh, there's a lot of photography, reference to it, which is great. I think like no other. I like what? I'm just like again, the same thing that I'm doing the same thing that you will do, just like, pulling stuff. No, I like this. There's like these TVs, and I thought it was great, you know. Let me see what is this. Frames, tab, mushrooms. I don't want anything that has strips, but I like this. Okay. Okay, stuff here. Like I said, I'm gonna borrow some stuff from the embellishment kit too. Okay. So I want to get also items or like pieces that are different from what I have on the background. Sorry, I'm trying to breathe so I don't cough. Um, so like you see, there's a lot of lines. I want something that has a little roundness. And that's what I said. I think I'm gonna borrow something from the embellishment kit so I don't have to fussy cut. I mean these florals. So let me just see. I think I want to tuck them underneath the stripe. Kind of like this. Let me see. Let's go on tone. Oh, need something green. I'm attacking it in the spaces in between there. And I need something that is a little bit more contrasty. And I'm just going through the stuff here. There we go. But I'm going quiet. I'm just trying to work it out. So you see, I'm like slowly kind of building this towards the outside here. Want something else there. Playing with this a bit to see. I don't wanna lose the line that much. So that's what I'm trying to see if I wanna put it right there. I think I wanna put it to the side. Yeah, I liked it better on the side here. We can do this. See how I'm taking advantage of that space in between there? Okay, this one I have to go this way. Much better. Something else kind of coming out from there. Or actually, let's go with something yellow. Yellow and a bit of red kind of coming out. It's kind of building my cluster this way. Okay. I might have to like bulk it up a little bit more. So let's get something from this side. And I'm not gonna need much. Get it right there. I like that. So I need to bulk this up too much to this side here. But I like this already. Or you can go here too if you want to. See, there's different ways that you can go here. You can go, I can build it all in this line and move. I might move my picture a little bit higher. Yeah. This one. I need to kind of match this energy here. So something else down here. Let's throw a little bit of pink just to bring some of the pink from there. Tuck it underneath. Get another leaf going this way. And this one doesn't, you don't need this one. Delete this one here. And this over here. No. Get this yellow one here because you want to bring some of the yellow. You need to bring some of that. Just carefully going through what, like again, like I said, I'm looking at the kit same way that you are. Not for the first time, but pretty much with fresh eyes too. Like this. There you go. I'm gonna have to move this a bit more to the side. Like that. I might actually, the fact that it's a little bit to the side, it just adds a little bit of interest. But I like that. It's here. See, I can put a D like no other. Remember how I pulled that out? I like it down there. Perfect. We need to, oh, nothing is glued, by the way. So in case you're like, I haven't, what is the word? See, I'm just gonna stretch it. I need to stretch this a little bit more. I haven't, I'm just auditioning pieces. I am not like, saying this is the way it's gonna stay. So I'm just kind of make sure that I need this to make, get this has to be a little bit bigger. Just to balance it out a bit. There we go. There. Much better. And then this, I call it that. I need something to like balance this. So I see some butterflies here, which is always a great thing. But for now, let's just, that's for the embellishment kit. I really like they like that. It's got, we need to add more stuff up here. Let's take a look. What we have here. Guys, it's not that I'm ignoring you or like anything. I'm just like seriously trying not to sneeze and cough. Here and now. Okay. I'm just going through the embellishment kit right here. Not the embellishment kit, sorry, the main kit, what's his name? The ephemera from the main kit. Actually, the calm before the storm that describes my cousins to a T, both of them. He is lovely, but God forbid to get him upset. And this little girl is like Spitfire, like seriously, Spitfire. Like she's amazing. I like that there. Actually, no, I want something a little bit plainer. So let's see. I'm just see. There's a lot of like, if you do like I'm just looking at this. If you do like I do document daily, this is a great kit for that. It has a lot of like everyday like cameras and stuff like that, which would be. I want this. You need something to profit. Okay. A little bit of interest here. Remember, you're gonna add more interest on here, so I need a little bit of interest at the top there. And then, like I said, we need to find things that are in a different shape. So that's like a lot of straight lines. We're gonna get some circles now going. So I like this. Just trying to see here. Like this home sweet home because again, this is a picture that I took on my latest trip to Ecuador, which is where I'm from. I'm from Ecuador. So I think I want to put it either here. Yeah, right there. So now that I know where everything's gonna sit, I'm gonna start actually gluing things in place. We're doing great on time. Okay, so I know how this is going. I'm just going to set it to the side that you know where it's going to sit, so you know. Okay, and I'm gonna glue it. It's gonna be a little bit off the center to the right. Okay, so I'm gonna say around, what is this? Around 3.5 inches from the right. So let's go at it. Want to make sure that it still lands in the line. So right at the edge of the orange line, right there. Okay. I don't want it to be sticking outside. I want the picture to land in within the stripes. Now, like I said before, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can actually go like this too if you want to, like just use the space in between and show you what it will look like. You could if you want to. I don't. I want to keep it nice and clean and simple. So you see like this. Don't move the stuff in the middle. Now this is going to sit. Just a matter. I want it like this, kind of pointing. Let's see what way it sits better. Like that. We're gonna need some foam adhesive. So I have my foam adhesive here. You don't need tons and you don't need it everywhere, just in certain areas just to create that lift. Okay? And now this is going to sit right here. Just a matter of so I'm going to just do a little bit of what is the word? Just cut the little the bed a little bit deeper so you can actually tuck it in a little bit more into the picture. Let's see. Okay. So I want it kind of like that. I'm taking advantage of this line, remember? Big piece of foam adhesive. I'm just going to add one for now and I'll secure it outside of the camera. And then this most likely will go there. So for the time being, let's put it in place and then we'll see. Okay. That sits there. Now we're going to build it the opposite way. Again, like I said, just see here, just do a little bit of, I don't even know what the word is. Manipulating your yes, so you can just kind of, okay, so there we go. You know, so I'm manipulating the piece a little bit here. Okay, can build in the gap. I want something kind of tone on tone. So I'm gonna see, maybe we'll lower a bit here. Mm. Okay. Now remember a little bit of yellow. Kind of working on a zigzag. You see how I'm going like up, down, up. So this is high, low. I'm gonna go a little bit higher now. This one. Kind of tuck underneath the green stripe at the bottom there. Okay. See, make sure a little bit higher because I want this sit right here. Let's just move this a little bit. Over here. Okay. It's fine. See, this is going to sit right there. My friend just got home. He was sick. He was the last one to get sick, so I think he just couldn't take it no more and just walked in. So at least my dog is now with company. Which is a good thing. Okay, good. I'm just kind of building this up a bit. So, okay. Yeah, just moving stuff. Okay, so now this piece of taser. This will go there. This one, I don't think I need. I'm gonna switch it probably. Should remember how I said I'm going to put something up here. I'll try that. We need something down here, but for now we're gonna. This is gonna be. It's going to be part. It's not gonna be part of the title, but it's going to sit right there. Sorry that I went quiet. I'm trying to just rework this. I want this right here. It's gonna make sure that's nice and straight. Yep. I'm gonna give it a higher too. Okay. So now we're gonna go with circles because we need to bring some circles into it. So this home sweet home, I want it right here. For my adhesive. We need to break up some of that straight lines. So I need something else taking a circle down here. See, circles. The embellishment kit. There's some pocket stickers there. I like this hello. I want to put it right here. And then I'm gonna need another one down here. So now I want something a little bit on the simpler side. So let's see. And I am actually going to, let's see, what do I have here? Let's see. Wow, it has to be a little bit bigger so it kind of balances everything out. So let me just see what I have. Everyday life. There you go. So you have my triangles here. Okay. That's it. That there, it's not a title yet. We're working on it. So let's go with me. I need a little arrow. Okay. Remember, everything is going this way. Yeah. Butterfly. I see butterflies here. So a bigger one. That's it. And then those. One, two. And I actually don't need this. If we use that. One, two, and I think another one here. Now I might just go for a little one. Yeah. Little one down here. And there's your one on top. We're almost there. Just need to add a title. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Work on a title. So you have these big letters, but I want something a little bit smaller. There is a little pack of glitter alphas that come in your kit. I'm gonna go with that teal one. Okay. Let me see. I want to move it right here. I think I want to put it here. Let me see. Let's do the. Just trying to see where is the best place for it. Let me just see there. Okay. Oh, what did they use? You're gonna need a non-percent because it's in here. It's floated. We needed to put it somewhere else. Let's see. See, this is where I'm drawing a blank where I can put my title. See. This is to be close up a bit better. Like this. I think I want to put it right here, but I don't know. Let me see. I think I might have to put on here. Or right here. Just trying to see. That is legible. If I put it like this, would it be legible? No. It will have to be like this. Okay, so we have to work backwards. Okay, I want to take advantage of that line there. Then we'll go to my cousin's album. So where's my little ampersand? Okay, little O here. Stick out the center. And then the Y had peeled out of it. So good. Okay. Just to finish, it's a little extra pop of shine. And that we're gonna pull out from the embellishment kit. So just looking at what the advantage of having doing the live is that I can see what it looks like on camera and I see already what it's missing. So go back to your pocket stickers. It's a little hard. Okay, so let's see something here. I'm just looking at the stipulation. You and me, so I have one here, kind of bounces out. Circle, circle, line. I can add my lines with journal right here. I can add them right. I think this is a what? This is what is kind of driving me insane. Yeah, much better. Much better. Just looking at things, like I said, I have the advantage that I can see what it looks like the ending product. So I'm able to kind of move stuff around. This here. So I can add extra stuff right now. Let's to finish it. And I think it needs a pop of like shine. So let's go into the embellishment kit. Okay, so we're going to add some here. So let's go with things that we're going to kind of work with the design here. You don't need much, just two. Okay, now we're gonna go some with the pink here. So let's see, go higher. Okay, if you wanna lift the edge, kind of tuck one in, and then a small one on top. Okay, so see how I'm going? I don't know if you can see it. So I'm gonna go like, I already have the green there, so I'm gonna go with kind of the bluish tone right here. So it'll probably be right here. Okay, gonna bring more of this, what color will go nice here? Actually, you know what? Let's go with this higher pink. So let's go with the green over here. Is it this green? Yeah. Then let's go with like this kind of peachy pink tone here. There we go. That's it. Okay. So use the little and like, things to separate your strips there. And that's about it. Lens with journal can go here, they can go here, you know. But I love how this turned out. I like it. Like I said, I just open my kits just like you would and just play around with some ideas. And I hope you enjoy this. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to drink some water and probably finish this before I just end up with a coughing fit. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm gonna flip the camera to see you. There you go. Thank you so much for joining me, even though I'm not in the greatest of health at the time. But thank you. Thank you. I really enjoy how this turned out, and I hope to see what you create with the kids. I think coming back in a few weeks. I hope I'm doing better by then. Thank you so much for joining me. See you guys soon. Take care. Bye, honey.